money in the bank. She ain't got no 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 money in the bank.
She ain't got no money in the bank. She be walking around acting all stank. And now she at the party looking at me. Hoping she can get saved by me. She ain't got no money in the bank. 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 Money in the bank. Money in the She ain't got no money in the bank.
What's an assault rifle?
Like one of them really large guns.
Let me ask you, are you aware of what the differentiation is between automatic and semi-automatic?
No.
People either have the right to protect themselves or they don't. And there is no data to say that stripping people of the right to self-protection would make us safer. So for this week's installment of Change My Mind, we decided to revisit the very topical issue of gun control and the Second Amendment. Matter of fact, we returned to UT Dallas where we conducted our last segment on this topic to see if anything had changed.
And I don't want nobody. Want nobody.
Now, we're going to get to the two fully unedited interviews in a second. That's the whole purpose of Change My Mind, to see what real conversations in real time, how they unfold. But two things that really struck me first. Number one, in a day full of conversations, it seemed that none of the even highly educated students knew anything about basic proper firearm classifications or terminology.
Well, I know fully automatic is the one that is like restricted.
Or an assault rifle. Like, why does someone need that?
Or an assault rifle, or an automatic machine gun, or
ARs. The same assault rifle that was used in the recent Florida shooting.
And two, everyone wanted to talk about Florida, obviously, but shockingly, not a single student, not one, had ever heard of the far deadlier Sutherland Springs shooting, which took place in their own backyard. Remember the Sutherland Springs shooting? That was right here in Texas. You know what happened there, right? Does the name Stephen Williford mean anything to you?
No.
Do you remember the Sutherland Springs shooting? No. Does the name Stephen Williford mean anything to you? Okay. You remember the Sutherland Springs shooting?
I've heard of it. just now with the other girl.
From me?
Yeah, from you.
Absolutely terrifying. How could they not know of a shooting with 26 deaths, another 20 injured, which occurred only 4 hours away, in which the shooter was stopped by an NRA-certified instructor with an AR-15, a national hero, mind you, Stephen Williford. But I repeat myself. On with the conversations. Okay, so what was your name again?
Mawad.
Mawad.
Yes.
All right. Mawad. I've asserted my position, I think, hopefully pretty clearly. Changed my mind.
So what do you think about Australia? 1996.
What about Australia?
When they
buyback?
Yeah.
I think it's terrible.
Really? Why?
I think a gun ban stripping citizens of the right to protect themselves, I think that's an immoral act.
But I mean, what if you look at the statistics behind that?
Mm-hmm.
The decline of, shootings, deaths by gun, it's probably much less than we have per day here. You know what?
No, it didn't have a statistical effect on violent crime or even gun crime. Matter of fact.
Then what about the online articles that say suggest otherwise?
We've written plenty of them as well over at louderwithpatter.com. Mm-hmm. And something even more fascinating, there's an overall decrease in violent crime. There's an overall decrease often in gun crime. Mm-hmm. And in New Zealand, where they didn't have a mandatory buyback, you saw the same kind of overall trends. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's horrible. I think we both admit it's a ban.
Okay.
Was it right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's considered a buyback, which has been proposed here. It was a mandatory buyback. Mm-hmm. So it's a gun ban. Mm-hmm. So I guess my question to you would be, would you like to do that in the United States?
I would love to be honest, personally.
Just ban guns?
Honestly, I understand it's fun shooting a gun. I've been to a gun range before. There's a nice adrenaline feeling when you're shooting at a target, and it's just satisfying when you hit the middle of the target. And it's just like any other sport, sure, per se, but I feel like we would gain so much more as a country in the long run if you're thinking of a bigger picture, like less possibilities of psychos killing people like in Las Vegas, or just most recently where 17 people died in a school.
Right.
Honestly, if I were to give up my favorite hobby, playing soccer, if that meant that hundreds of people wouldn't die, I would gladly do it any day because I love my country that much.
Great. What do you believe the Second Amendment is about?
The right to bear arms, to protect yourself, and that's pretty much what I know. I'm really ignorant on this, if I'm honest.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you sitting down. I don't mean to be